This is Shaolin here, and I'm here to give you my impression of Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, beta. Give you my impressions. Uh, the quick, short answer is it was pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. There's some issues. I guess I'll start with the 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 bad and then the good. I'd like to start with that. The bad, or I guess the most issue I had was so there's a lot of mechanics in this game. Um, I'm trying to think just within my actually I can just show you. Here we go to the tutorial menu. So right off the bat, let's see what we got for basics. We got Rev Arts. We have SPG, which that allows you to use your Rev Blow, which is I don't know. I think Street Fighter 6 has something like that, like a get off me move, so to speak. So when you're on your SPG, and you can kind of change it to either can be in the beginning of your health bar, in the middle of your health bar, or at the very end. Just depends on what would be the more optimal choice for you. Um, yeah, there's that, and then we have is it no, that's just common. Rev Guard, which is his own button. It's kind of like pushback or um, what was it, flawless defense. If you ever played Guilty Gear, there's some other stuff too. There's two buttons you press to do um, what the low crush and high crush. Like those are separate normals to your regular normals you can use. They're not command normals, but you press what I think the heavy kick or I guess heavy punch. I think it's heavy punch. So that will be C. C in Rev Guard. You'll do a unique normal that'll either low crush your opponent or high crush or have an overhead. But no, there's just a plenty amount of mechanics in here, and there's two specifically that I want to talk about. That is kind of I feel like you can kind of combine them together to reduce the amount of buttons or buttons you have to press about things, or reduce the how many mechanics they have. And they are feint and break. So okay, so like I said before, this is your rev guard. So you hold this. If your opponent attacks you, it'll just push them back a little bit further than normally if you were just blocking normally. Also, if you hold this button and press forward, you run. You can wave dash too. You can, I think you can tap down and tap forward. So you can do some weird stuff. I think it's easier on pad than on stick. I haven't really tested it out, but I saw some crazy stuff online. So yeah, if you're looking for that stuff, you'll probably find it eventually. But yeah, so I have my A, C, B, and D, and they're my light punch, heavy punch, light kick, heavy kick. Now to do the stuff that I was talking about earlier, the low crush. So this is a low crush or overhead, and high crush. So this goes over lows, and this goes over highs. And these are completely separate normals on top of your regular, and that's what I was talking about. So this doesn't have a macro. So if you go to the button configuration, you'll see there's a macro. So these two are for your EX specials that are dedicated to your punch buttons, and EX specials that are dedicated to your kick buttons. This is going to be your throw and break, and this is going to be, I don't know, I'm trying to think. Heavy punch, heavy kick. Oh, I think this is your ref blow. So what I was talking about SPG, when you have that, you can use your ref blow, and then you have your ref guard. So you have a lot of you have some few macros, but because of certain other mechanics, you lose out, in my opinion. because like I have a 8 button stick. As you can see, there's nine stuff here already, and that's not added on to the stuff I was just talking about earlier. But anyway, with fates and breaks, feints. Once again, that's a dedicated thing. So all I do is press. Yeah, I just press heavy kick and rep button together, and he'll feint the first part of a heavy DP. So you'll see he'll start out with a shoulder charge, and then he'll finally no twirl up in the air with his kicks. With feints, it'll just fake it out. Like I'm not doing any special. I'm literally just pressing these 2 buttons together, and it's coming out. If I press forward, he'll do a feint of his fireball. So you do that, and then finally he'll do like a quick little, like I guess like a flash, and that is his this attack right here. His I guess like elbow charge, if you want to say, and that's his heavy one. So yeah, so basically there's a dedicated mechanic to his feints, and has uses to where you can let's see, see if I can get this right. Nope, I'm terrible. Yeah, there we go. So with feints, it allows you to feint cancel into another normal or heavy, and you get more damage. Or you can do more feint cancel block pressure if your opponent's not really paying attention to your block string. So it's very useful, obviously. And then when it comes to breaks, it is essentially breaking or like stopping the momentum of an attack or whatever. So break, it is for his elbow charge. So if I do that, which break is I'm using the throw, which is your light punch and your light kick. So yeah, it doubles basically for those things. So if I do that, he will go at a shorter distance. So that's me not breaking. This is me breaking. As you see, the distance is a little different. Heavy version, same thing. So this is when I don't break, but this is what I do. It goes a little shorter. So, you know, yes, separately that is, I guess, different. But here's the thing where it's kind of like, okay, you can kind of combine this together. So, and I can go to command list, and you'll see FE is for feint. So this is feint. Now, this is only for when you fake out the fireball. So that's the only time where you'll see that. Now for these two, you have break and feints, and as I showed you, gave you example, you know, yes, separately they are, I guess, different, but they can be applied in the same way when you're trying to do a combo. So let me give you an example. So this I'm just gonna show you real quick. So the neutral of the feint is showing as his you know, the shoulder charge before he does his DP, his heavy version, right? So if I were to choose to do, you know, to like cancel it, now I use the feint button, by the way. So all I did was just heavy kick, and I wish there was a way to show the inputs, but I just did heavy kick and rev guard to cancel, and because of that I can, you know, do this, and then if I'm actually pretty fucking good, not, oh god, yeah, there we go. So yeah, it gives me momentum to cancel into a special and do a combo. Now I'm gonna do that again. Okay, this time I use the feint, I mean the break, which is connected to your throw, so your light punch and light kick. As you see, they both function the same. Like it's no different. I have the option to do 2 or more. I mean, 1 of the 2, which is okay. That's fine, but why does it need to be a separate buttons for that? Why can't you just be together? Now, I'm just using Rock, and this is the only character I've used in the beta. So other characters might not have that privilege to have their special moves with feint and break. Maybe they have to. Maybe one is only feint and one is only break. So you know they're limited on how they go about canceling out specials. But with Rock, he gets both, and you know that's my argument essentially. Is if this is also similar to other characters, then Feint and Break can be together. You don't need, Feint. Yes, I understand because this allows the block pressure and stuff here and all that whatnot. But with Break, I mean, it's already a throw. Pressing those two buttons together, you get a throw as is. You might as well just take out breaks and just apply it to Feint or something like that, or change break in a way, something, I don't know. But because they're two separate things, that adds on to my button layout and how I configure it in a way where it's not very stressing to my fingers or like overextending my thumb or my pinky somewhere. Because right now I have my button layout to, it is AC rev guard, so A, C, rev guard, and then B, B, and nothing. I don't have anything. So the other three buttons, the two buttons at the bottom and the very last one at the end of my top buttons, there's nothing because I'm like, yeah, I can use it for EX, but the A and C is together, so I don't really need that. When it comes to the rev blow, I have that button together because it's literally just C and D together, so I can just hit that. So and that just makes things easier. So I've like I said, through me playing games and just playing matches and using this as kind of like a pseudo training lab. I've just figured out these are the best buttons, but I will still like for this, because right now how I'm pressing it is that I have rev up here at the top part of my layer of my buttons, near my punch, and I have my kick buttons at the bottom, and so I'm kind of like awkwardly having to remember to press those, and I've done that way so that I have access to these low crush and high crush normals, so I can just press C and ref guard together, and I'll get my overhead or this button. So it's just, I mean, like I said, it's at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal because I've come to adapt. But I can see other people just not really trying to go out their way of adapting that way, and just makes it much easier for SNK to kind of like, okay, it's a little difficult, so let's combine those things together. But that's kind of like I guess the biggest issue I have right now, and that's that's saying something. It's, like I said, other than that, this game is pretty good. I like Rock from the old heads, or the people that played the older Fatal Fury game. I think it was called Mark of the Wolves. Rock, even though he's a protagonist, if I'm not mistaken, or your typical Shadow character, he was pretty weak. I don't know exactly if he's bottom tier, but like he just wasn't. He wasn't top tier. He wasn't like, if you were using him. Evidently, if you were using him, it was more for like, oh, you're just using him for fun, or you really like this character. But if you're trying to win, in a match or in a tournament, whatever, you probably wouldn't be using Rock Howard. But that seemed to change. Seems like he's gotten the Shoto treatment, or the protagonist treatment, which he's much better. But yeah, but before I get to that, let's just finish up. But yeah, as far as like other complaints about that, the game is the matchmaking was a little wonky in the first part, maybe like the first 2 days. Like I would either finish a match in rank or whatever, or casual, and I would just be booted out into the main menu, and or it could be like I didn't even get to play the match and I immediately get booted out. But thankfully it didn't happen almost at all the last day I played, so it got better. Also the netcode, I guess, so I'm going to transition to the good stuff about the game, not characters but just overall the game, is, yeah, the netcode is pretty fun good. Like so when I was having trouble, and maybe this is contributing to the fact that I was getting booted out, but I couldn't find, like, my region is I'm in North America, southeast part of North America, and I was getting matches with people in Europe, which was wild to me. I didn't know what was going on with the matchmaking on the first day, but yeah, I was playing people in Europe, and we're talking about ping wise, like MS, like the middle second was like 120, like it was up there in the hundreds and stuff. Like it was pretty wild, but the matches were pretty good. Like there might be maybe a little hicks there here and there, But when I did fireball motion, go for a DP, it came out. The input wasn't lagging that bad. Like everything responded pretty well. I could do run stop pressure. Everything was pretty fine, which was amazing because I'm playing for people from freaking Europe. I'm expecting being like underwater trying to play them, but no, it happened. And then of course, actually getting to play people in my on my side of the country, or side of the world, it was pretty seamless. Like basically playing right next to them. Honestly, it was pretty great. So I do like that netcode, rollback netcode implemented is a fucking two thumbs up in my opinion. Music's great. I like the it's like I guess jazz, like especially the main menu. Like the music is always like it's amazing. I love it. I know some issues some people's having with the color scheme. I guess in the main menu. Let me back out real quick and just show you guys. So I will say I will admit. Let me take it back. It was like for a few seconds or a few minutes, it was kind of jarring because of like how it is, but you know it's fine. Like it's not like whatever. Like oh my god, I can't. Like I said, you'll just get used to it. You'll know, hey, this online offline settings, and I'm pretty sure there's likely more options with the other characters over there. But yeah, but anyway, listen to this music for a second. I'm gonna shut up for a second. Yeah, see especially that part right there. That's hitting, bro. So the music, yeah, SNK, bro. You guys got it. The music is nice. I'm loving it. I could sit in the main menu for a whole time and just chill out. Um, but yeah, let me go back. But yeah, like those are the good things. As far as like overall, obviously the tutorial is pretty um in depth. Like it tells you there's some things. I think there is a few things that it goes missing that I've seen online where it doesn't explain you about like certain hard knockdowns or soft knockdowns. Certain moves will give you a hard knockdown. That means you can't like tech roll, and some can. So you can tech roll, and also you can tech roll long. Like you can roll a long roll or a short roll in different directions. But it also depends on how you got knocked down. So that I don't think that is explained in the tutorial. So like I said, there's a few hidden things that's probably not explained. But let me go back. Oh yeah, SP headgears. Oh man, so I'm trying to think if there's anything like just universal in this game that I enjoy. Well, like I said, the so I'll go back. So yeah, okay. So this is like the rev blow, like get off me. It is pretty wild how useful. Like I said, I don't know every character's because every character has their own version of rev blow or the because like I said, it's just another normal essentially. But you have a air version and you have a ground version. But yeah, it's just kind of like focus attack, or I think Street Fighter 6 has Drive Rush. That's the name of it. So it's just that kind of in the same way as like, hey, it's kind of a good like, hey, get the fuck off me, or hey, maybe you're anticipating your opponent retaliating after a block pressure, maybe getting a little agitated, so you kind of like, okay, well, Uno card reverse. You think you're gonna start your pressure, but actually no, and you just keep the pressure on them by doing a red blow. Um, I will say one thing is, while it is very impactful, um, I learned to do a lot of run stop or run stop pressure to kind of bait it out because there was a few opponents on rank where like immediately as soon as they were able, even if they had SPG, at the beginning of their health bar in the middle or the end, whatever, like they were gonna use ref blow, like they were gonna it was like candy to them. They were just gonna do it regardless of like how much meter they were building up with their rev meter, but they were gonna use it. So for me adapting on the fly, I was like, well, we'll just run jab because it absorbs your attack, and depending on the recovery of your attack, it's that depends on if it's going to be a guaranteed punish, because you can block it. Like if I'm doing run jab pressure on you and you decide to do red blow, well, I have enough time to recover. I might not be able to punish. I don't know. Well, in theory, maybe I can do a super if I see that. Maybe I do an OS and super. I don't know, but I can say right now, through me playing against people, I can just block. I see that. Oh, I block, and then if you're not really paying attention, or maybe just not, you don't know what's going on, or you don't have a thing to do afterward, I can just throw you or whatever, or now start my pressure, or do my own rev blow. But so there is, like I said, options to handle that. But yeah, man, it's still powerful though. It's still powerful. Like you see somebody just throwing out a special or a normal in neutral, and it doesn't have recovery like that, or they're not really awake. This is gonna put also too on counter hit. It juggles, so you can get something more damaging off that. I don't know how much damaging it will be, but you can get a combo off that with the counter hit. The counter hit juggles them, puts them in a juggle property. Has juggle property basically. Oh man. Okay. So yeah, we have that. Like I said, like, but I'm trying to think of any other. Supers are pretty good, very useful. Um, oh, Just Defend, man. Once you get Just Defend down, it's gonna be pretty awesome. I mean, Just Defend, you can just guard cancel out of it once you Just Defend, whereas normal, special supers or whatever. One thing I liked to do was to run up and try to block immediately. Try to defend, like get the Just Defend, and then try to cancel out with a normal or super or special, something like that. Didn't work out a lot. Definitely ran into a lot of fireballs and normals trying to do that, but the idea is there. Like I said, it's not like I'm trying to win tournaments over here. But yeah, that was pretty good. I'm trying to think what else. Also with Rev Guard, if you hold it and jump, you get a short hop. As you see, my jump is, I don't think, oh, there's no super jump. Yeah, there's no super jump as far as I can tell. No, there's no super jump. You just jump regularly, and then there's a short hop. So short hop, you jump, and you can just pretty much get so much lower versus me jumping normally. As you see, it takes a while. Short hop. Doot. Also, he has a, I'll probably talk a little bit more about a boy Rock, but maybe I can't do it. That's crazy. There we go. I guess you can't do it off a short hop. So yeah, short hop you can't do his his combination. His auto combo, I guess you can say. But yeah, pretty neat. Yeah. Definitely reset pressure. If you ever play KOF, like KOF 13, you've probably seen it, or the recent KOFs. It's really good. But yeah, moving on. I'm gonna talk about the character, good old Rock Howard. So like I said, he wasn't great in the last Wolf game, or Fatal Fury, Mark of the Wolves, but they gave him the treatment, protagonist or shuttle treatment, so he's a little better, or just better. The only issue I have with him is this and this. So anti-airs. People this is just like in all fighting games, people will jump at you. It is a thing. It's going to happen. You just have to prepare for it. Either just having that situational awareness, or just whatever. Visually speaking, you would look at this and you would say, hey, that's a pretty decent anti you got there, bro. And I would say yes. Normally I would say yes, you are correct. But a few times, and hey, you know what? I'll say it. Maybe I just wasn't timing it right, or whatever, or I was a little too early, a little too late. I don't know. But you would think that regardless of your timing, if you see somebody jump at you with a heavy button, or just jump at you in general, that this will just beat anything out. Like, it's just, look at it. It's just amazing. But alas, no. I just didn't really. I stopped using it after seeing what was happening. But the times that I did use it, I was just getting cleanly beaten out, and it was just weird. or even a trade. I don't know. Maybe like I said, I could just not been timing it. I don't know, but just from my experience, from when I tried it, it just didn't work out. So I just used it sparingly, or didn't use it at all. I don't think. So moving on. So that was the normal for anti-air. The next one is this. Uh, this one's kind of, well, if you know played enough fighting games and know about DPs, this is kind of self-explanatory. He kind of just goes straight up. Like, yeah, there's a little, movement as far as that, but if we're talking like, show like Ryu, we'll just say the good old fashioned Ryu, Ken, Akuma, those DPs, they kind of they kind of go in an arc. He kind of just goes straight up in the air. And what ended up happening is also the hitbox is attached to that too. So what ended up happening is that your opponent can like just jump over you. I've had it a few times where opponent jump over you, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna get him with the DP, and it just completely whiffs, miss out, and I'm just like, well, I guess I'm dead. Which yeah, usually, my opponent got a whole stick of butter, and they're burning that shit. They're gonna kill me. So, unless I know for a fact that it's going to hit, it's just, lure worm. But yeah, I mean, it's good for, people that's just going to jump, like blatantly obviously jump towards you. You can probably just get them with that. But, once again, situational awareness, just, it's not the best thing. It is a DP. It has invincibility, whatnot, but you just gotta be very, very aware that it can just whiff sometimes. What is a good anti-air, and I think it's kind of funny, is this bad boy. You see that? That shit is just solid. Just solid button. Just like this and this. These are some solid buttons, but this has saved me a lot. Even the close one, the elbow. Opponents you trying to short hop or jump, whatever. I'm just like, nope. You can stop. You can stop that. Please stop, and then I can just run in and start doing some stuff or whatever. So yeah, it's kind of weird. Like his anti-air, his situation is kind of weird. I would say miles may vary. Whoever's playing Rock, you may be a little better with that than I am. So hey, cool. But yeah, I feel like I had more success. I was not as frightened to just throw this out than this bad boy. But yeah, that's his anti-air. So I said it's a little weak. I consider his anti-air situations a little weak than others. But everything else is pretty good. Like he has command run that comes out with 4 different things. So this is his light punch version, heavy version. So somebody did frame data, and I think this is plus, like maybe plus by excuse me, by like +2. Not very much, but like this is like -2. It's not very negative. Like it's safe essentially. But if you get a counter hit off that, you can combo it. Or actually, no. Okay, so it is counter hit. Yeah, it's counter hit. You get it. Yeah. Off a counter hit, you get a combo off that. Another one which I thought was pretty cool is it? Let me see. Is this one? So it has a cool thing where if I'm gonna do this. So yeah. So enough hits done from that. Even from that, AO combo. Yeah. So any heavy, any standing, or I guess crouching heavy will, if you do run into sweep, it'll connect, and you'll get a nice little combo from it. So let me demonstrate if I can do it. There we go. Yeah, you get a nice little combo from it. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I don't think it's plus. I think it's like, once again, like really like it's safe, but I definitely have contested jabs and beaten out people. So I don't know, maybe it's plus, maybe it's not, but it's very, very useful. The next one is, I'm gonna try to put them in the middle real quick. So I treat it like Dandy Step that Slayer has in Guilty Gear. So Slayer has a Dandy Step where it's just like he can just swap sides, and do some cross up stuff like that. But Rock is different because when you do he just command grabs you. So if you press any button after uh the swap, he's just going to uh throw you. Yeah, it's just the punch buttons too. So if you try to do the swap with kicks, it's just not gonna work. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Nothing's gonna come out. So yeah, it's just mainly meant to do a swap over and command grab, which helps out a lot. I haven't done it, but save you in a corner. Somebody's trying to do some stuff too, just trying to, bait a DP or whatever. Then you can just kind of like swap, throw them afterwards, and maybe get a combo afterward. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's the EX one that allows that. So let me see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, like it's a cool thing. Also, he has that command grab by itself too, so you don't have to use it from the run. You can just do it through that way. I can never be on the right side. I suck on the right side. Yeah, we go. So yeah, he also has command grab just by itself, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, he has a lot of tools. Like it's with the run cancel, like the feint cancel. I meant to say the feint cancels. Also the run stop, the run jab, stuff, pressure. Like yeah, he got a lot going for him, and there's some EX stuff too. Also fireball. Yes, that's the EX one. Also he has. Yeah, he can, jump forward, do fireball, neutral. Unfortunately, he can't. Like I said, because of Akuma, you cannot jump back in fireball. You cannot do that, but you can neutral, and yeah, and you can jump forward with your fireballs. What I learned in the very intel of the beta is just not really do it at the height of his jump, but just literally before he touched the ground. Try to get one, now I thought if you, yeah, you can combine your short hop. So like I said before, short hop, and then regular jump. If you do short hop, you can get, real low. So yeah. Yeah. So that's one thing. So he can definitely just, annoy the hell out of you. Like that's another thing. I was like, oh, okay, he definitely has that, annoying ability. Like, fireballs, DP, whatever. He's all around for the most part. He's really good, in my opinion. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's probably some more stuff I can talk about, but I just wanted to, give my impressions about it. I think the game is going to be pretty good, and I'm probably going to buy it. If not just to be a lab monster for like 2 months and then just quit. But yeah, I'm probably gonna pick the game up and play it, and probably stream it on Twitch or record some matches and put them on YouTube. I don't know. But yeah, this is Shaolin. You guys enjoy your day, but peace.